Hey everyone, how's it going? Octopus here and welcome back to evercrisis. I'm going to be talking about Aerith in this video and keeping separate Vincent video because I did record these and I felt like it was a little too long on each one. They're about like 9 minutes on Aerith, 12 minutes on Vincent, making it like a 21-minute video. And I feel like if you guys want to pull for something, you go for one or the other. So I'm going to separate these videos. This is going to be Aerith's video. I'm going to talk about if this is worth it to pull it compared to the anniversary or currently of what we have with Vincent and what's to come. There's also 2 more banners coming out for this summer event, so you really got to pick and choose. I always think that you guys should wait until the last day on a banner to make you feel like, you know what, did I need this? Did I pass the content without it? Should I save and skip, or is this favorite? Waifu and husbando is always first, but let's talk about Aerith first, and then if you guys want the Vincent video, that will be next. They'll be back to back, so you don't have to wait. Let's start off with Aerith. Aerith's costume does look super adorable. It looks really, really good, but at the same time, we're like, whoa! All right, you go into a dress, and then it looks like this is just floating around her, like some kind of UFO. I don't know. Colors are good. It's cute. It's just a sundress, right? Weapon looks really solid. I like the green tip into the metallic, and then the orange blend with it. It works really, really well with the lemon orange dress. Yeah, color scheme looks great. Aerith always looks fantastic. So you're not going to go wrong there. Let's talk about the weapon. Citric wand, which does look like an empty orange pill or a slice of orange that was eaten. This weapon is actually a really good weapon to wishlist, right? Later on, grabbing this, it's only 3 ATB. If you only get 1 copy, you're going to be increasing your allies' ice damage to mid in 1 cast. You can't get it to high. You get a little bit of a heal in there. And also, if your HP is 50% or more, magic attack is increased mid to mid. At OB6, this will be high potency ice damage to herself or an ally. And then also magic attack is increased mid. In 2 casts for 6 ATB, it is high. So 6 ATB, high ice damage, high magic attack in 1 cast for a single target is not terrible. It's actually really, really good when you consider it's only 3 ATB. The R abilities it comes with at fully maxed out, because that's what matters when you're looking at these weapons, is boost attack 31 and buff debuff extension. I guess I can move myself over here while I'm talking about the character's R abilities. Yeah. So that 52 is huge. If this is on the main hand, that's almost maxed out at 200%. Obviously, if you don't want anything else on there, that's 180% buff and debuff duration. This can be used for improving ice damage off of materia if you don't have her other weapon, and it has circle sigil. This weapon is a top tier weapon. 3 ATB for double buffing, great R abilities, ice potency materia, and a sigil breaker. Very high class weapon right there. Now, the thing about Aerith is her costume. It's not Arcanum. It's not a mastery. It technically is a mastery, but not for an element. So every magic ability you cast gets an increase in 15% as long as you're in full attack stance. Or just in attack stance, right? So plus 15%. And then Magic Ward, which I think is one of my favorite abilities in this game when it comes to costumes. And if they ever mix this with an Arcanum, you don't even have to wait for my video. If it says Arcanum and one of the wards, the physical or magical one, go for it. It's super powerful. The fact that we get HP plus 5% isn't huge, but it does make a difference. It's the magic defense plus 15%. With the new guild weapons, just having an OB7 on an offhand will give you 20% increase in defense, or if it's on the main hand fully maxed out 40% defense up, you can get into the era where we don't stack HP, we stack defense, and we take like, instead of a move doing 13,000 to us, the move will do like 6,000, right? We probably get there eventually. So that's probably exaggerated, but the idea is that we don't need a lot of HP because we can't heal a lot of HP, but raising defense is super important. Now, the problem is that we're having an ice weapon with this. So everything in this banners for Vincent and Aerith, it's like the costume, this will work with this setup. That ice weapon can be used just to buff like your Ice Sephiroth or someone else, right? It can be used in different locations, like Aerith is healing, Monster Hunter weapon in the main hand, raising magic defense, physical attack up, and then she raises magic attack on your magic DPS, and then when they use her limit break, they get both physical and magic buff, doing more damage on Shiva, right? These can be mix and match everywhere, but put them together, and it's a little awkward because there is no mastery there or Arcanum for ice. leaving her at a position of like, where's the damage coming from? Because she does no damage. This is just a buffing weapon. You cast this to buff. That's it, right? So what do? We got to grab her ice weapon if we want to use her as an ice DPS, which is maxed out at 540 potency. With magic attack up and ice damage up, with ice resist down on an ice enemy at 540, magic defense down, she's got the whole kit. She's lowering the enemy's magic defense, she's raising all the attack up she needs, and then the sub DPS push the magic ice down, right? Or sorry, ice down. She's going to hit a lot. She's going to do a lot of damage. But compared to other characters who have an Arcanum of 35%, plus a full ice build of 1,000 these days, right? Or just your regular 750 to 850. This is a little bit like, okay, low potency on the weapon and no Arcanum on the costume. It's hard to mix them together. It's better to go for her other costume that came with this weapon, which had ice mastery on it, plus 20% damage. Using the 540 and the new weapon, that's going to be a pretty good setup, right? Especially this weapon has 62 boost magic attack. You don't need anything else, just this weapon on the main hand, and you already max out that one stat, which was very valuable. So the fact that she can max out her boost magic attack makes her build very good. So she's still a very strong ice DPS, very powerful ice DPS. Just, you got to consider there's no mastery or arcanum, and she's at 540 potency. She really relies on these buffs and debuffs kicking in to make everything else work. Or she can just be that healer that buffs the Ice Sephiroth or someone else, right? So it's not a dead set. You need to pull for this costume or you need to pull for this weapon. You can wait to wishlist this, and the costume will come in clutch when you need to raise that magic defense and survivability, while also holding some damage of 15%. Now, 50% is still like a mastery because it does add, it's adding to anything, not just ice damage. So when it comes to her wish list, very straightforward. She has 4 key weapons here. Aerith, obviously, her new weapon will be in her offhand. Her other ice weapon will be in her main hand, maxing out boost magic attack, adding 39 ice potency. And when you mix that with Aerith's other ice weapon and Cloud's ice weapon for boost attack, you're now maxing out ice potency at 100%. You get 65 points for 100%. You get max boost magic attack and level 45, which is almost max out boost attack. You're only missing 5%. What you can do for the rest of that 5% is Vincent's shotgun. It's a perfect example because it also gives 26 points, giving you another magic ability 45% to go along with her costume's 15%. So these 3 plus her new weapon is her core build. Vincent weapon, if you want to greed, make her stronger so that she has more damage, or you can do this as a free slot. Because her main weapon has 62, she's one of those characters that has a free R ability in the back. There's lots of things you can do. Survivability with defense, HP, more ice potency, more magic attack up, right? Because the shotgun does add that. But what you can do is if you pulled for Vincent's weapon or Sephiroth's, even Zack's, you guys can add that instead. So instead of adding another boost attack weapon to get that last 5% you're missing on her, you can only get 1 copy of this weapon, put it in the back, and it'll give 14% to her and the rest of the team. So everybody gets an increase of 14 instead of just that 5%. But if you don't have this at a lot of overboost and you only have like overboost 6, it's 611 magic, which is good. But if you only have 1 copy, it's 278 magic. So OB6 is where you want these in the back, but it still adds up. Even though you lose that percentage there, you gain 14%. So 9% increase of your overall magic is still better than just increasing herself. Or you can do the guild weapons and go for a defense up AoE for the team or magic defense up AoE for the team. So that last slot is up to you. If you want greedy DPS, you run these 3 core with the shotgun. Shotgun can be replaced for something else. Obviously, there's other ice potency weapons if you want to put those in to make up the difference because not everything's OB10. You do that. But the perfect build to work towards a magic ice build for Aerith is these 3. And then you add her new weapon and whatever you want. So that is Ice Aerith. So with her build out of the way, Anniversary, Vincent, Limit Break banners, and anything that's going to happen, like 2 more banners that are supposed to be happening for this event. Maybe 1 more banner, because summer events usually have more than 1. We have a lot of choices, but not enough blue crystals. So I personally think when it comes to Aerith, it works. It's going to have its place, but the weapon you can wishlist, the costume you can skip. There is going to be a moment where you're like, oh man, I could have used that HP and magic defense up with a little bit of damage up, but it's all situational. Again, husband or waifus, go for what you're going. Vincent video will be up next or before. Depends on how I upload them, whichever one's faster. But that's everything for now. Let me know what you think down below. Thank you so much for watching. Keep on smiling, and I'll smell you later.